Welcome students. We have increased the level of the class, and during this class we will study about scalars and vectors in detail. What are the scalar quantities and what are the vector quantities? How the scalars are added and how the vector quantities are added. So here it is. First of all, let's understand what the scalar and vectors are. Scalar physical quantity that is specified in terms of a single real number or magnitude, and it does not have any type of direction. So that type of the quantities are called scalar quantities. Examples are length. You measure the length of any substance, that is 1 meter, 2 meter, you don't know the word's length. Temperature, 37 degrees, you don't know the what's the direction of the temperature. Mass as well as the speed. These quantities say mass, it is 5 kgs only. This is the technique to represent any type of scalar quantity. So this 5 is basically magnitude and this is its unit. They need only magnitude and unit. The second one is a vector quantity. Vector physical quantities that is specified by both magnitude and direction. Force, how much force is acting in each direction it is acting. Velocity, rate of change of displacement. Displacement have direction and also displacement again. Acceleration, this is also having vector. The proper distance covered in proper direction, specific direction, so displacement, and the displacement covered per unit time, that is velocity, force acting on a body. This is also a vector quantity. So next question is how the vector quantities are represented. Vectors can be represented in two ways. Number one is symbolic representation. Number two is geometrical representation. What is symbolic representation? Yes, symbolic representation. Symbolically, a vector is represented by a bold like this one, and a simple letter with an arrowhead over it. This is a simple letter and arrowhead is written over it. Magnitude of a vector is represented by modules, uh, that is A capital and inside an arrow overhead. The symbol of a vector with no arrow, that is only A and the bold. The direction with an arrowhead over it, that is this one. This is basically a unit vector. If you are asked to find a unit vector parallel to this vector, then this is the formula to calculate the unit vector. Basically, this starting from this bold, then you are writing some arrow, and then you write the magnitude of the modules along the vectors. This is the symbolic representation of the vectors. So if you look at the other side, this is geometrical representation, how these are represented. If you look at this point, this one is A and this one is B. This one point is the initial point, this one is the terminal point. If you look at these two, the distance between the two is called uh, magnitude of the vector. This head shows the direction, and from this one is tail and this one is head. Direction of the vector is represented by this one, and the length between the two, that is the magnitude of the vector. It is represented by an arrow. The length of the vector represents the magnitude and the arrow indicates the direction. So the vector is drawn across. How this is drawn, it is represented by this. So next is we have seen how the vectors are represented symbolically and geometrically. Geometrical representation and symbolic representation. Equal vectors. So let's see, here are some of the examples given. So let's see what's the concept of the equal vector. This one is a vector. If you look at blue and orange, the vectors have same magnitude but different direction. purple and blue. This one is purple and this one is blue. Vectors have same magnitude and direction, so they are equal. Directions, it is mandatory for equal type of the vector that they must have the same direction. But here these are not having the same direction. Blue and green vectors have the same direction but different magnitudes. They are not equal. Two vectors are equal if they have the same magnitude and direction. If the vectors have the same magnitude and same direction, so this one, if you look at blue and if you look at the purple, these two are the vectors which are having same magnitude and the same direction. If the vectors are having same magnitude and same direction, such type of the vectors are called equal vectors. How can we find the direction? Is this all looking familiar for each application? You can make a right triangle and use angles to find out the direction. So here it is. How can we find the magnitude if we have the initial point and the terminal point? This one is the initial point and this one is the terminal point. So how will you find the direction? Here it is. We will draw a line parallel to x-axis. This is basically magnitude. This is the magnitude of the length of the vector. This x, y represent the first point. If you draw the line along this one is y and this one is x. This one is x-axis and this one is y. The position of this vector is between x and y. And we have drawn an angle which shows the position of this vector in between x and y. First point is along x and second point is along y. The first point is x and the second one is y. If you draw a line on this x-axis, this point will be x point, and if you draw the same point along this direction, this will be y coordinate of this point. If a person is sitting in between these two axes at point Q, so it have 2 points, that is x and y. And if you 2 points are given, suppose these are 3 and 4, you will move 3 points along x-axis and you will move along 4 points along y-axis. This will be the point between two axes to find the direction. So if you are asked how we can find the magnitude if we have the initial point and the terminal point, we will use distance formula to calculate the magnitude. This is the distance formula used. X2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So what's the position vector? Position vector is, although it's possible to do this for any initial and terminal point, since vectors are equal as long as the direction and the magnitude are the same. We have discussed it in the previous. It is easiest to find a vector with initial point at origin and terminal point. This one is basically origin, initial point, and the other one are called terminal point, which are this one. This one will be terminal point, and if you have drawn the two axes between x and y, then we will find the first one will be x point and second one will be y point. So by this way, in between the two axes at terminal point, the position of any vector which is starting from origin and ending up to the x and y axis, that is the position of this vector. It is easiest to find a vector with initial point at origin and terminal at xy. If we subtract the initial point from the terminal point, we have an equivalent vector with initial point at the origin. So means x minus 0, y minus 0. Whatsoever the point is here, if it is 3, 3 minus 0. If it is y coordinate is 4, 4 minus 0. This will be x and y. The vector whose initial point is origin, the origin is called a position vector. This is the definition for a position vector. So here it is x and y. Addition of vectors. If there are two vectors, basically vectors are not added by using normal mathematical rules. Vectors are added graphically because vectors have direction. And during addition, we can't change the direction of a vector. Suppose this one is a vector v, this one is a vector w. You are asked to add these two vectors. You will move this vector without changing its direction. You will bring it at its terminal point with the head of the first, and you will join with the tail of the second vector with the first. And finally, you will draw a vector whose tail is with the tail of the first and head with the head of the last. So this vector, we will see, this is the addition of the vector, and this method is basically graphical method for the vector addition. So there are two stages now. If all the types of the vectors are along the same direction, we will add these two vectors. Finally, you will draw a vector whose magnitude is equal to the sum of magnitudes of all the vectors added. Suppose this one is a vector A, this one is B, and the resultant is R. This R will be equal to the magnitude. Suppose the magnitude of this vector is 3, magnitude of this vector is 5, 5 plus 3, 8. Finally, you will draw a vector whose magnitude is equal to 8 centimeters, and this vector is called resultant vector. And if the vectors are not having the same direction like this case, then how will you add? These vectors are called collinear vectors basically, which have the same direction. And the vectors which are having different direction, these vectors are added by using a rule that is called head and tail rule. In this graphical method, this is called graphical method for vector addition, in which head of first vector is joined with the tail of the second, and tail of the third is joined with the head of the second, and so on. Finally, a vector is drawn whose tail is the tail of the first, head with the head of the last. This type of addition of vector is called head to tail rule, and in this way, the vector obtained is called resultant vector, whose effect is equal to the combined effect of both the vectors added. These are the two vectors, and this is the combined effect of these two vectors added. To add, we put the initial point of the second vector to the terminal point of the first. The resultant vector and initial point at the initial point of the first and the terminal point of the second vector. Look at, this is the first, this is terminal point of the first, and this is the initial point of the second. Up to the other side, you can also express in a more simplest manner. This is a type of vector addition in which head of first vector is joined with the tail of the second, or and head of third vector, tail of third vector is joined with the head of the second, and so on. Finally, a vector is drawn whose tail is the tail of the first, or initial with the initial of the first, and terminal with the terminal of the last, or head with the head of the last. So this vector is called resultant vector. Resultant vector is a type of vector which is obtained by addition of two vectors whose effect is equal to the combined effect of all the vectors added. So here it is. If it was vector v, this was vector w, you have added these two vectors, you are getting v plus w, and this is the addition of vectors. This one is a terminal point, this one is the initial point. Move w over keeping the magnitude and direction the same. You have moved this vector up to this point with the head of the first, but you have not changed its direction of magnitude. Nothing is changed. Same, you have skipped it from this point to this point. Negative of a vector. The negative of a vector is just a vector going the opposite. If this one is a v vector and this one is minus of the v will be exactly in the opposite direction. If it is moving to the right, this is moving to the opposite. So the angle between the two is same, terminal initial. The distance between terminal and initial is the same. The difference is only in the difference of direction. So these vectors are called negative vector. Multiplication of a vector by a scalar. So if you multiply any number, say this vector is of 1 centimeter A, so this is 2A, 2 centimeter. When you have multiplied it with 2, so it will be 4. means 2 multiply with 2a, it means it becomes 4, and it will be 4 means the resultant vector have the magnitude which is 2 times the vector a. So in the simplest way, you can explain that if a scalar vector is multiplied by a scalar quantity, its magnitude increases by the same number and the direction remains the same. You have multiplied with a positive number, with a positive number. But if you have multiplied it with a negative number, then what will happen? The magnitude of a resulting vector increases by the same number, but the direction becomes reverse. So here it is. Direction is reverse. If you have multiplied with minus 2, so look, the magnitude is the same, but the direction reverses. So what happens? What are the two possibilities of multiplying a vector with a scalar? If you multiply with a positive number, the magnitude remains the same. Sorry, the direction remains the same, but the magnitude increases by the same number. If before multiplication the magnitude was 2 centimeter, after multiplying it with 2 or increasing it 2 times, the length is increasing 2 times, but the direction is the same. But if you multiply a vector with a negative scalar, negative number, then the magnitude increases by the same, but the direction becomes reverse. So this is the multiplication of a vector by a scalar. It means to take vector, add together. Here it is. You have multiplied the vector v with 3. Its magnitude has increased by the 3 with that same direction, no change in direction. So using the vector shown, find the following. So here are some examples where the vectors are added. Look at again, this one is vector v, this one is vector u, this one is vector w, and for 3v, 3w we have added the same direction of the vectors. 3 times means you have reversed the direction, you are multiplying with the negative number, but in case of addition, this is the resultant of the vector. Again, this is plus means you are increasing the magnitude of vector a, u by 2. This one is u, you have increased its magnitude by 2, and this is 3w means its magnitude will increase by 3 times, and this is the v, and we use this one, you are adding all these together. So here it is, parallel vectors. Two or more than two vectors are parallel if they are acting in the same direction. So magnitude is not important, only direction is considered. Both the vectors are acting along the same direction, these are parallel. Uh, this one is vector D is acting in opposite to the C, these are not parallel, anti-parallel. These are called anti-parallel. So rectangular coordinates system consists of two mutually perpendicular lines. One is called X and other one is called Y. This one is called Y. So in this case, X is plus, Y is also plus. This is called first quadrant. And for the second, you see Y is plus, but here X is negative. If you look at this one, both X and Y is negative, X is also negative. If you look at this, here is X is plus, and the Y down here is negative. So these are the four quadrants to remember which coordinate will be plus and which one will be minus. But during the first quadrant, both are plus. During the second, X is minus and the Y is plus. During the third, both are negative. But during fourth, X is plus and the Y is negative. So these are the coordinates of the concept. With this, today's our class ends today, and thank you very much for your patience. Hope you people have understood the concept of vectors and types of the vectors. Equal vector, uh, and how to multiply the vectors with a scalar quantity types of the vectors as well.